Live from America's heartland, this is the Daily Truth Report with your host, Noah Christopher.
Hey, I am your host, and welcome back to two friends of ours, Patty and Chris from C60 Evo. Welcome back, both of you. It's good to have you on the show again.
Thank you.
Noah, thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, it's great. Well, we got a lot to talk about today. We're heading into Thanksgiving. That means Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then we got Christmas coming up. So I'm just going to put a teaser up front that we've got. If you've heard about this before and you've looked at it, I've had Patty and Chris on the show several times with just a tremendous product. We're going to talk about it, helping a lot of people with their health. But if you've heard our interviews before and you've thought about getting some and you never have, we're going to have some big sales coming up that you're going to want to take advantage of. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But first, we were laughing right before we hit record. We were talking about, Patty was telling me she was talking to a literal rock star, and I won't say who it is, but someone. Then she said, "Hey, I got to go talk with Noah over at Daily Truth Report and WLT Report," and he said, "Oh, I know those guys. I follow them." So I love that because I've written some articles about it recently, but it really feels like even 10 years ago, if you were on right of center, if you were, quote unquote, in the Republican camp, you were the establishment. I mean, you were you went with the mainstream, you went with the big establishment, and now it just seems like things have flipped. And I've even say that we're the punk rock people now. I mean, we're the people that go up against the machine. We're the people that don't listen to the mainstream. We don't listen always to what we're told to do just because we're told to do it. We have actually critical thinking, and we actually think for ourselves, and we investigate things. And so it's just so bizarre. I never would have thought 10 years ago, 20 years ago that you'd really go from trying to uphold the establishment to really fighting against it in almost every way possible, whether that's the thing you put in your arm, whether that's and everyone knows what I'm talking about since we're on YouTube, whether that's fighting against all of these endless wars everywhere. I mean, I'm all for defending our country, but not not just endless, meaningless wars. It's terrible. So anyway, welcome to the Punk Rock Show, and I've got two totally punk rock guests with me because you two are doing some totally, there you go, some off the grid stuff, and that's why I love talking to you. So why don't we just start there? And Chris, maybe you're the one to go to for this, but we always have new people joining us every time we talk. So you have a product. It's called C60, or actually ESS60. And I'd love for you to just pretend like you're talking to someone who has never heard about this before, because there's going to be a lot of those people watching this. Tell me what this is, and why would I be so excited to have you on the show to talk about it, and what does it do?
All right. So as punk rockers, before I go into the science, I feel like I need to do a shot.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there you go.
To punk rock.
That's how we do shots around here. I like it.
But this is, of course, I'm also saying I'm punk rock scientist, so it's got to be out of a measuring cup.
And I'm a hippie chick from Boulder, so I lick the spoon when I'm done.
There we go. And everyone will have to trust me, but I got my bottle right here with me. I love this stuff. I take it every day, and I just took. So we got a shot, we got a spoon, and I took a swig from the bottle. So we got all three bases covered.
And I want to mention that I always run my finger around the lip in case there's a precious drip, and now I'm rubbing it into my fingertips. So I don't waste a drop.
Well, okay, Chris, take it away from there. This is something that we obviously just took a drink of. You can rub it into your skin. What is this miracle molecule?
So the best way to kind of describe it, and if you're watching, I'm holding up a model. If you're just listening, that's fine. Imagine a soccer ball where the lines on the soccer ball represent the bonds between the carbon atoms. So you have a spherical molecule of 60 carbon atoms. This molecule was actually discovered in 1985. The three scientists who discovered it won the Nobel Prize in 1996 for that discovery. So a short 11 years from being discovered to being awarded the Nobel Prize. And I actually started a lab that was manufacturing that molecule in 1991. So even before the Nobel Prize was awarded. The molecule is amazing. It was typically used in the early stages for industrial applications, industrial research, making inks and batteries and tires and photocells. And they actually thought for various reasons that it would be toxic, and they ended up putting, I know this doesn't sound like a great, hey, didn't you guys just shoot this? And you're talking about toxic and inks and batteries, tires. Well, we'll get there. So they threw it in a toxicity study because, again, they thought it might be toxic. And instead of being toxic, the test subjects that were given this formula, actually, right? So the ESS60 formula lived 90% longer than the control group. So that's the single longest longevity experimental result in history. The next best way to live longer is actually called calorie restriction. And it's well documented that if you reduce your calories by 30%, you can extend your life by 30%. I call that particular diet the starve yourself 1/3 to death diet. Nobody really wants to sign up for that particular diet. Maybe they need like a new marketing spin or something. But in all seriousness, that's a 30% extension of life by starving yourself 1/3 to death. And we're talking about a 90% extension of life, the single longest longevity experimental result on mammals ever, by consuming what you just saw us consume, 5 mils, 1 teaspoon of this molecule dissolved in olive oil. And basically, it tastes like olive oil. A lot of people like olive oil. Some people don't like olive oil. The nice thing is you could just take a quick sip of tea or water or whatever, and that flavor would go away. So it's not like this lingering medicine flavor. And so that is what we just took a shot of as punk rockers.
I love it. And I always like to put this up there, just to be clear. This is not something that has been, I mean, what a perfect tie-in. It's off the grid. This is not, does not have the FDA investigation or seal of approval, but you know what did? Those things you put in your arm. So that tends to be a reverse indicator to me. So just to be clear, supplements don't go through the FDA typically, and we're not claiming that this can diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. But we do have some incredible stories. I have some incredible experiences from it. I know, of course, Patty and Chris do, but just testimony after testimony of what this can do. So there's my disclaimer for the day. I've done my good deed. I'm going to take this off the screen, get you back up full screen. All right, keep going, Chris.
Yeah, I like that that's an important piece of crossing the T's and dotting the I's. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, the FDA, blah, blah. And I think it's the right stance where we're early enough, right? We've got some survey studies with humans, so we understand that it has a positive impact on sleep. And we've got a plethora of different animal model studies with this molecule benefiting different animal models, different systems in the different animals in different ways. In fact, I mentioned so we did a sleep study. The most consistent testimonial about the product is actually people take it in the morning, they report mental focus and energy during the day, and then better sleep that night. And that's a pretty phenomenal result. I'm not aware of things that you can take in the morning that positively impact sleep. I'm aware of things that you can do, right? So if you exercise in the morning, that'll positively impact sleep that night. If you get exposure to the sun, that'll get your circadian rhythm in line with the rising and falling of the sun, and you'll sleep better that night. But to actually take something in the morning and positively impact sleep is pretty impressive. And I know I think we're about to dive into like what happens when you don't take it, because sometimes you take something and you don't really you're not that aware of what's going on, and then you go off of it, and that's one of the places that we see customers come back. Like that just tends to happen.
Yeah, well, that's been my experience. I know Patty has asked me in the past, how's it working for you? You like it? And sometimes you don't know until you go off of it. And but if you're feeling pretty good every day, you're like, yeah, I think it's doing pretty good. Then maybe you forget to take it a couple of days, or maybe you go on vacation, you forget to bring it with you, whatever it is. And then you realize, oh, I am dragging a little bit, or I'm not getting that deep sleep that I used to get. Maybe I feel a little bit more inflammation in my joints or whatever else. So absolutely to me, and that really goes for anything, right? But you kind of notice it when you don't have it. You don't know what you got till it's gone. But that's been my experience anyway.
I wouldn't know. It's the one thing I do religiously. I've got all my supplements, hundreds of dollars worth, all these things that were recommended. Once a week, I'll sit there with my pendulum, go through all the bottles and fill my week, but I might do it twice. I wake up in the morning, I make coffee before I do much, and I put my MCT coconut oil in. Now, Chris and I talk about the silver bullet coffee. This is the way bulletproof.
Yeah, bulletproof coffee. Yeah,
silver bullet in where I am.
It feels like a silver bullet. It's amazing.
Gets you flying. The interesting thing was Chris's tasted like olive because he took the olive oil. Mine tasted like avocado because I took the avocado. What flavor did you choose, Noah?
I also have the olive oil here with me.
Okay. Figures, because guys like the really strong stuff, which I started my day with, the soft, gentle MCT. It's got less than half of the ESS60, which is pure C60, carbon 60. And so it's got 0.8 milligrams in the olive per milliliter. The avocado oil holds 0.6 and the MCT 0.35 milligrams per milliliters. So the wonderful thing is we sell our sampler sets in all different sizes, 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 16 ounce, 32 ounce, so that you can try the 3 flavors because they really serve kind of a different mood, different frequency that you want your body to be flowing. The MCT is just smooth. It's a really sweet way to start the day.
That's actually my favorite, Patty, the MCT.
Yeah.
And when you say MCT, that's essentially saying like it would be coconut oil.
Absolutely.
Yeah, say okay. So it's got that coconut taste, and that's actually my favorite. But I you're right. I have switched over to the olive oil just because it has the higher concentration in there.
It gets you going. Well, when I do a show or when I have anything to do in the day, sometimes I'll go, oh, yeah. And I run into the kitchen, walk into the kitchen and do a shot of the olive oil. And I mean, within 5 minutes, I already feel the avocado. And I love starting our shows now. Chris and I do. It's our new thing where we start with a spoonful or a beaker or a shot out of the bottle, because then all three of us are as on top of our game as we can be. I don't know if your audience can tell the difference, but I find it a wake-up call. I mean, I just love it. But again, Alfred Lemmermont Weber, 81 years old, he said, yeah, my cosmic doctor said that maybe I've had enough of the product for a while. So, we stopped sending, but we still did shows with him. And all of a sudden he said, oh my God, I'm limp. Help me. And so he doubled the amount that he was taking before. Last year, 81 years old, he wrote 5 novels, hundreds of pages each. His hair, which 4 years ago, I have a photo of each year because I did this funny tracking, was like normal guy hair. And then it was longer. Now it goes so long below the frame of the camera, and he's just let it go. 81 years old with hair like a Native American.
Wow.
It's when people say, what's the evidence? Well, Chris can do the scientific evidence. I do the emotional, personal, the people that we work with evidence. And when I just did all this work to do a really nice video that's going to go on our website and Amazon store and all this, it's Chris got me to do this. Short clips of our influencers. If I saw your face, I'd put you up because you're so stinking cute. But no, nobody knows what you look like. But the little clips, all these people said the same thing. Wow, my skin, I sleep better. I have so much more energy, and the level of research and focus. Wow, and I felt it immediately. And this is Roseanne Barr, Ann Vandersteel, Richard Serra, Coast to Coast, huh?
Yes, and Patty, I just had this queued up. Let me share this. I know that Roseanne is a fan of your product, and can you guys? Yeah, you can see the screen there. Doesn't she look fantastic? That was a couple months ago. I think that was from your interview talking with her. I mean, incredible.
Yeah. We did a 28-minute interview, I think, or 35, I don't know. But it's on YouTube. I have to repost it because, oh my God, have they tried to hide it? Or maybe it just fell off the cliff. Things happen. Maybe it fell off the bike. But,
well, I'll find it. I'll put a link to it below this one so anyone can go and look for it, because that was a great interview, and always love hearing from Roseanne.
Well, let's look at what she's doing right now. She was at Mar-a-Lago.
Yes, she was. Yes.
And Trump put a kiss on her.
Yeah.
And wait, let me say that properly. President Trump, Commander-in-Chief, put a kiss on her. And what an interesting time.
Did he open the box? We were just wondering about the box.
Yes, we will not talk about that. All right. Well, I took her off the screen, but it was great to see Roseanne up there. But the point is, you've got a lot of people, some famous people, some not so famous people, but you got a lot of people that love this product and take it. Now, I know you mentioned Amazon, and I'm sure you can find your product on Amazon. But what I'd like to do is I would recommend, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I would recommend people go direct to your website.
Absolutely.
And let me share that. Sometimes it's easier to buy on Amazon, and I get that, but really recommend people go right to your website. Let me pull it up and share it.
I can share that we ship as fast as Amazon.
Hey, there you go.
People are regularly blown away by how quickly we ship. So don't think of Amazon as any faster. Just think of it as as really, not giving Jeff Bezos more money.
Yes, and I'm all for that.
Yeah, I will say that Amazon has written us 3 times. I screenshotted their invitation or some hack saying I work for Amazon, where we could buy 5-star reviews, and I was like, wow, really? People do that?
Oh.
So just letting you know, a lot of 5-star reviews aren't. they're for sale. And I said, no, thank you. We don't need you. So yeah, come on.
Wow. Yeah. You don't need it. I don't think people can see the URL on this. So if you want to go right to the website, again, I'll put that link below this video too, but it's c60evo.com. So the letter C, the numbers 60, and then evo.com. That's going to take you to a page.
Wait, /u.
Yes. And so if you want to get, and they offer a discount for anybody listening to this. So what is it, Patty? /WLT, I think. Let me.
Yeah, very important, because that'll make sure that they get all discounts offered. And we really care about that. And we want you to get the credit. So
there we go. Yep. So when you see our logo there, that'll show you that you're on the right place, and you'll get a discount too for watching this. But let me go. I wanted to. We were just talking about testimonials, Patty. I thought I'd just go right.
It's actually We Love Trump. So it's c60evo.com /We Love Trump.
There we go. There we go. That's so much better. Okay, so when you see that logo right there, that means you're on the page where you're on the right page. We'll get you a discount for what you buy. Actually, we'll talk about it in a minute. A couple different ways to get discounts, and we'll cover that in a minute. But I wanted to just scroll down right. I love this section right here. We obviously won't read all these, but it just goes on and on and on about the people talking about their experience, and that's what I love so much. I don't care a whole lot about what the FDA says about who's good and who's bad. I mean, they just, they banned NAC from the shelves, and that's just a great amino acid. I mean, just crazy stuff. So you used to be able to buy that on Amazon. You can't even get that, a basic supplement. But what I love to see is what people say about this. And it just goes, you can just scroll through this. It just goes on and on. But that's one of my favorite parts of your website right there.
Awesome. What real people are saying. Yeah, it's nonstop. Yesterday, we got a letter from somebody that I could tell she was crying as she wrote it. And she said, my cat has had this disease for so many years, and blah, blah, and nothing had helped. And all of a sudden, the Evo has helped her cat. She said, I can't believe the difference. And it was so emotional how she wrote. It was really beautiful. That was just this morning.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, I would encourage people to go and just scroll through these, read them. And then it's right there. I didn't notice that. Right below that, when you get to the checkout page, you type in EV Noah. And that right there, EVNOAH, that's going to get you our discount for watching this video. We always like to reward people that are here with us. And so if you put in that code, you're going to get a discount. A couple other ways to get discounts too. So I don't know, Patty or Chris, I'll just kind of turn it over to you and let you take us through whatever you want to next. But go ahead and lead us in whatever direction you like.
Sure. Why don't you scroll down the page to the products? And we'll start by saying we have 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce. Oh, shop now, maybe. Oh, there they are.
How about this? Or you know what? How about I go up to the top and I'll do right here.
There we go. Well, it starts with the biggest collection sets that are the most expensive, but you can spend a small amount or a large amount. And our whole thing this holiday season is going to be easiest holiday shopping ever. Look at that on top.
There you go.
That's our thing for the season, because you can get something for everybody that's 18 or over, 16 probably or over. And everything's natural, clean, really wonderful products. But the main thing is they're super potent. Like the first day, like the girl on the left, she's just like, what? And that's kind of the reaction we get. People are like really blown away by the products.
Well, and it's such a great idea, Patty, because, we all have those people in our lives, probably most people in our lives, where you just don't know what to get them. They kind of bought themselves everything they need. They don't really need anything, but maybe something they haven't heard of before, maybe something that'll bring some life, back into their days, some energy back in, especially maybe if they're a little bit older. And of course, everyone should, of course, check with their doctor, before you do anything. But just tremendous stories out of this, tremendous experiences. So yeah, what about something someone's never heard about before and say, look, I've been taking this. I feel amazing. I wanted to gift that to you. What a great Christmas present.
What a great Christmas present. So grandma, grandpa, I mean, it's a way to subliminally say, I want you to live longer. Because the longevity study was remarkable that the test subjects lived 90% longer. But more important than that to me, knock, knock, is that they died without tumors. Now, we don't make claims, but they died without tumors, which was historic. The other thing I want to mention is that Chris's lab has been making it 5-6 years before it even won the Nobel Prize. And here Chris looks like a kid that should get carded if he, went and tried to get a drink. But he's 54, and he's had all these recent tests, his DNA and his glycan age and all these things. And they're just showing that in the last 4 years, he's losing so many years of aging by taking the product. My claim to fame is I'm still alive because I've had some really awful events where people have tried to take me out twice in the last 6 years. So for me, I'm alive. Every day I'm just like, woohoo, I win. Everybody's got their shtick, their thing, their reason. But the main one is if you want to live longer and happier and healthier and sleep better. So the sampler set of all 3 flavors is those 3 right there. You can get them in 2 ounce, 4 ounce, like I said, all sizes, starting at a smaller price. But then your friends or you or your grandparents get to say, wow, I really love how I feel on the MCT coconut oil. Or I really needed the energy of the olive. And then you get yourself an 8 ounce bottle of just that, you know?
Well, and I know you've said it too, Patty, but you can just take a spoonful of this stuff. That's what I usually do, just for easiness and speed. But you can also just, like, you take the avocado, that becomes a little dressing on your salad, or like you said with your coffee, the MCT oil, put a little bit in your coffee, stir it around, get the magic silver bullet coffee, or the olive oil, dip some bread with it. So you just mix it right in. Maybe I can go to Chris real quick on this one, because I know we've covered it before and I know it's important, but I see on the screen, top left, it says C60 Evo. I see the word C60 around here, but I know you are very particular about ESS60 and how that differs from some other things that are on the market. And so I just want to cover, and I don't want to maybe name other brands, but tell me the importance of C60 versus what you do, and are you the only people that have ESS60?
Yeah, I think the most important distinction to make is that C60 is for industrial purposes, right? So when I was kind of outlaying, the molecule was discovered in 85, they won the Nobel Prize in 96, and it was for industrial applications like inks, batteries, tires, and photocells. That is where C60 is, and that's really where C60 should stay. There's peer-reviewed published research that if you improperly process C60, it's harmful. Whereas ESS60 is C60 that's been processed for safer human consumption. So you really want to be safe in the ESS60 realm, because we've actually tested, we have all the equipment. We've been manufacturing this molecule since 1991. We test our batches multiple times. Most other organizations, from what I'm about to say, may not test their batches at all, but certainly aren't testing it, on a regular basis, multiple times per batch. And what lends me to say that is we can purchase 22 of the brands that are out there of the different products, whether it's an avocado product, olive oil product, or an MCT product. And then we tested it. Again, we have an HPLC here at our lab. We've actually had an HPLC here probably since 1992, the year after we started the company and started manufacturing the molecule. So we can test it. And when we did test it, the best way, you're right, Noah, we really don't want to name names. Anytime you start bad-mouthing people in an industry, then they start bad-mouthing you and nobody knows who to trust. And that's really not the direction we want to go. But the proper description, and maybe I'm comfortable with this because they're kind of not in our industry, because we're in the ESS60 industry that's safe for human consumption, and they're in the industrial C60 industry. But even with industrial C60, their concentrations were woefully low. So you really do want to stay safe, and you want to be looking for ESS60.
Okay, great. And that's what people get when they're on this page that's on the screen. So,
yeah.
All right, well, great. Let me jump back to Patty then and take me through a couple other. I love the bundle up here. What other items do you have on here?
I do want to mention first, because the avocado oil is so great for avocado toast. You toast, and then you put a little mayo, a little slices of avocado, drizzle it, a little sea salt. I got the recipe from Roseanne Barr. So, she loves avocado toast, and I just wanted to point out that it's a really nice way to have it for lunch.
That sounds delicious.
Okay, so you can see the red, white, and blue. Hello, America. Don't we love it? And the web special for the month. Every month we do a web special in the blue banner. It says buy 2 of the 16-ounce olive oil, which is this size here, and you get 1 8-ounce for free. So that's the code there. And no matter what you get, no matter what you save, use Noah's code EV
Noah. Yeah. Yep.
For another 10% off at checkout. And you'll see a little box that says, do you have a code? Make sure and give give that code and you'll get a nice discount. So if you buy a collection of more than one item, you're going to get 15% off each item. Now, what we have here is the duo sets, where again, we are one of the first people in the industry to bring UTH29, which is an advanced peptide that's had 30 years of tremendous research, like the ESS60. 30 years of history have been really great for healing skin, hair. I can't say healing, I'm sorry, of improving skin, hair, and overall just wonderful improvements. So the left one is for the face. The right one is for hair. If, people lost a bunch of hair for whatever reason in the last 3 years. And the reason it's 2 bottles of each set is that we couldn't mix oil and water without using chemicals and emulsifiers, which we choose not to use. So we figured we'd do the oil in one with the ESS60, the
water-based,
the UTH29 in the other bottle. I'm trying not to say the P word. It's training, it needs training. And so you mix it in the palm of your hand to freshly activate. You put it on your face and I think you're going to get amazing results. We have that. And then we also have this solo facial serum that I absolutely love. Comes in a beautiful gift box. We'll see it down the line, but those are our duo sets that have been very effective with the UTH29.
Yeah, and I see it on the screen here. I think this really applies to everything you have, but you can, just like Amazon, you can get like monthly subscribe and save. That's probably a trademark term for them, but it's the same concept. You can subscribe monthly, and instead of the price here, you're going to get a discount just for doing the monthly subscription. And I know you typically in prior interviews, you've encouraged people to do that. Yes. And you've even been up front and said, well, even if you only want to buy one, just buy it this way, and then call us up and cancel. And it's no hassle cancellation. If you call us and one out, we'll turn it off right away. But might as well grab the discount, and we'll honor the discount even for 1 month.
And it's a good discount. It's 20% off.
Yeah. And that is that basically for every product that you see that option?
Everything.
Yeah. Okay.
If you sign up for a monthly subscription for anything, a gift set, 15% off monthly, another 20% off. Noah's code, 10% off your first order at checkout. And so there's all these ways to save. And then you buy 2, you can get 1 for half off of pretty much anything, which you'll see at checkout. We throw up a thing that says, hey, here's the sizes of the bottles. And we also sell a teeny little 2 ounce, which is, we don't choose to sell a 10-day supply, but if we sell them by the case, and you can get a mixture of all 3 flavors by the case. But we have 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce, 16, and 32.
And is the 2 ounce maybe people use that when they're traveling? Is that the right size?
Yes, it's a good travel size. It's a good sample size. It's I like to get a dozen of them to give to friends. To say, hey, try the product, it'll give them a week or 10 days. Here's my facial serum, advanced facial serum. And this was like the hugest change for, I think, the ESS60 industry and the C60 industry, because everybody just makes the olive oil. Some people do MCT. We do all 3 flavors. And all of a sudden, I started seeing real serious improvements on my skin because I was wiping the lid of the bottle and rubbing on my hands, my face. And all of a sudden, my 50,000-mile Harley face started getting softer. And I was like, oh my God, this stuff works. So I called Chris in the lab, and he was like, yeah, we're a bunch of guys. I don't think facial serum is our thing. But then they said they gave in, and the rave reviews were insane. And now Chris is like 14-year-old guy. I mean, his skin, he slobbers it on. I shouldn't say slobber, but oh God, I've seen him just load it on. But look at him. He's got this shiny skin. I load it on, and it's helped me, come back from looking like a biker chick. But I have to say that this product is one of our strongest, quickest. And it's a toss-up between this and the 2-part, but I have both of them. I intersperse them, and they both work beautifully. So the combination of inside and out, when you're taking the edible oil, which is the middle advanced inside out set, when you take a spoonful in the morning, you put the facial stuff on, you're going to get, I think, twice the benefits because it's inside and out. We do 4 ounce and 8 ounce of all the inside and out. And then, because they were so surprised at how amazing the results were and the testimonials for the facial serum, I said, okay, my mom loves the serum. She said it fixed her lips. Let's do a lip balm. So now we have a lip balm also. 2 flavors. The mint is fabulous. Noah, have you gotten our lip balms?
Yeah, the lip balm is great. And I was just going to say, heading into winter, last year, I'm here in the Midwest, so we get the harsh winters. It gets you get those really cold days, the wind chill, all that stuff. The lip balm is awesome for that. And then also, like you said, kind of rubbing some of it into your skin, or from the cap and putting it on your skin, just kind of on your hands, where they tend to break open. And, I don't know where you guys are at if you get those harsh winters, but to prevent against the really cracked skin, you rub some of that into your knuckles and hands. And it really helped me a lot last winter.
Yay.
Yep.
It's also good on mosquito bites. I learned that one. I was like, oh, I tried everything, breaking an aspirin and pounding it, and I was like, And then I put the Evo facial serum on. I'm like, why didn't I think of that first?
I have not tried that. I'll have to try that one.
Yeah. Ann Vandersteel just went down to the Darien Gap, and then she began taking our products. She had to, wait till she had used up everything, other products. And then she got on it, and she said she was the only one on the trip that didn't get sick of her whole team. And she said, and there were bed bugs. It was awful. I was so itchy. And then she said, I just took more Evo and I was actually pretty comfortable. And I said, oh, I should have had the facial serum. So anyway, I'm dropping names because I'm really proud of the people that we work with, including you so much. And when I did say to my rock star friend that we work with you and that you have 5 million readers a month, he was like, yeah, well, I'm one of them.
I love that. That's so cool.
39 years old, tour with The Who and Aerosmith, just amazing young man. And, it's nice when people know what's going on, because I think my number one reason for Evo, and I'm just going to throw it out there because you do a lot of shows and reports about what's really going on. And I'm so curious which of the influencers is playing both fields, or, telling the truth. It's so hard to know what's real, what isn't. Even in our field of, evolved people, there's a bunch of skank, know? And so I have a little date after our show to talk to somebody who knows an awful lot. And I'm just going to throw down names. I did one this morning. I said, is he straight up about, this and that? And I just want, it's so hard to tell. But what I find is that when I take the Evo, it's a lot less hard.
Clear thinking.
Do you find that you can focus and research better?
Yeah, again, I probably find it more in the negative when I'm not taking it, but yeah, there are days, I think people know this from my nightly reports. I mean, there are days when I'm in the seat at 9 a.m. and I don't really get up until later that night when I'm sending out the nightly newsletter. So yeah, to be able to focus and just go all day long, I think it absolutely helps me.
Well, don't ever run out. You let me know if you need some, because you're on our short list.
Thank you.
So going down the gift sets, which I'm really proud of, basically you can just go down the line. We combine just about anything, and there's even more gift sets. And then there's huge family gift sets, which maybe is lower down on the page. But right here we have the sampler sets and the dog lover and the cat lover and the pet sampler. So we've got a cat formula with salmon essence that they love, and a dog formula with a natural bacon essence. And it's only that plus ESS60 plus olive oil. It's all organic. It's all natural. So men that get jealous of their dog, take it for bacon. I mean, if you want the bacon one, go for it. It's just like olive oil with bacon. I mean, people have written, I want bacon. Well, so then buy it.
Well, if you don't want to take it, I have heard so many messages and read the testimonials on your website about people that got dogs and cats who are maybe older and not moving around as much because, probably their joints hurt and everything. And then all of a sudden they start giving this to them and they're moving around again like they were 5 years ago. So again, more just incredible testimonies about this. I would encourage everybody to go find those on the website and read them, because it's some great stuff. And of course, if you've got a dog or cat, you want to do everything you can to keep them having, not just alive, but keep them having, running around and feeling good.
Yeah, the lethargic older dogs, those testimonials are my favorite. He's bounding up the stairs. I used to carry him down. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the bottom, because I've got, I think, dozen quantities left, which is your best deal of, where's my dozens? Shop all. Okay, well, anyway, you can buy it by the dozen, any of our products, and you'll save 25%. And if you want to get a real stinking great deal, buy a dozen of something, give them to a few friends, and use Noah's code for another 10% off. So you get 25% off and then another 10. And that's the biggest stinking deal you're going to get at Evo. But with who knows what's coming this winter, it's good to have a stash. I keep a good pile around here just, in case stuff goes down. It's the most important thing to me, other than water and food. is Evo. So yeah, I think it's really important. Can we go back to bigger screen? Because I want to show you guys something that's so cool that my wonderful lab and shipping people do. We do the gift wrapping for you. It comes
Hey,
in,
there you go. Now you're speaking my language.
Chris doesn't know, but I made my own little gift boxes and I'm standing them up so they're wobbly, but they come with a white tissue over the top. And you get all these different products, and each one is wrapped in a different color tissue. That's MCT, olive oil, avocado, facial duo, facial serum. So this is kind of a nice lady set. You've got the 2 lip balms over there. But when they ship out, everything's in a different color tissue. This is another sampler set, which is, just different products. But you don't have to worry. All you do is give us the address. And you can even say, would you please type this up and make a little card, and we'll throw it on our stationery if you ask us. This is kind of a cool guy gift if older guys losing hair, the hair formula. And I do recommend anything you get a little bottle of at least the inside spoonful of olive oil, because no matter what you want that booster on the inside. You just jack it into gear.
Well, that's exactly why I wanted to have you both back on today. I thought the timing was great. We're even a little early here, Christmas in, well, not that much, a month and a couple weeks. So that'll be here before you know it. But like Chris said, your shipping is very fast. So if this video will be up on YouTube and Rumble, and someone might be watching it in December. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift, I thought it was just a great time to have you both back on. And when you find something good, you want to tell more people about it. That's why I started working with you, why I contacted you to say I'd love to work with you more. That's probably a couple years ago now, to help get the message out. But another way to get the message out is a gift. And maybe someone hasn't heard about this, maybe they wouldn't buy it for themselves, but what a perfect gift. And then you don't have to figure out. There's so many people I stress out about every year about, what am I going to buy them this year? I don't know. I don't want to buy them a shirt or a tie or whatever else. And you don't have to worry about sizes with this. You don't have to worry about colors. You can just get them something that could actually really improve their life. So thought that was great. And of course, we have been a partner of yours for a couple of years, and you can get that code, save even more EV Noah. I'll put all those links. I'll put the code. I'll put all that stuff down below this video so people can find it. And I think that probably wraps us up, but I always love to give both of you the last word. So Chris, any last words as we wrap up?
It was just great to hang out with fellow punk rockers. Like, I feel like this has been fun, and we did our shots, and happy that you had us back on, and you're sharing, allowing us to share this knowledge with your audience. We really appreciate you, Noah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you too. Everything you're doing in the lab there and with this product. Patty, last word from you.
I wanted to finish Chris's sentence. We had shots of C60 Evo.
There you go.
I just want to be clear. We didn't have shots. So that threw me. I'm sorry. Brain cramp. I want to say
now, wait a second. Now it has to, this brings up a deal, and I know we can't make any claims about it, but and not that you want to make a habit out of this, but I have noticed, this is personal story of mine. If you're having a couple glasses of wine with dinner, maybe a couple martinis, something.
Oh yeah.
I would encourage you take a swig of this as you're having those, maybe before, as, or after, and you will feel a lot better the next day. That's my anecdotal testimonial on that. And you're nodding your heads because I think you've either experienced it or heard that from other people, right?
Both.
It's a helper.
Yeah, both, right? So I have my own experience. I really haven't been, I've been tired, but I haven't had a hangover in 4 years. Again, not making a claim. This is just my experience. And we've got other team members and other people that we're close to. And it's not that you're tired the next day, right? If you don't get a proper amount of sleep, and alcohol is a sleep disruptor. So not really saying, hey, you feel like you got a full 9 hours of sleep, but the difference between being hungover and painfully hungover, and then not just being tired is night and day. And so, I can speak to that from experience.
All right. Well, there we go. That was a little detour. So Patty, it's back to you for the last word.
Well, I just want to say there's nothing more important than our personal health. And if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of everybody else that you love and care about. So my priority, it doesn't even take any thought. I really care about keeping myself well. I'm old. I've been through things that most people haven't. But if I'm still here, whatever you're dealing with should probably get, this should be able to help. And we have to be so mindful about not saying things that work because of the, whatever, but the testimonials are not a coincidence. People that are going through really, really serious challenges are finding great relief here. And that's what we hope for everyone. And I don't think there's any other lab in the world that's been working as long as Chris and Robert. Chris is so dang busy. He's always going to seminars. We are the only lab that's probably written a book about C60. Thank you, Chris. ESS60. God. Oh, I was going to get grounded if I didn't fix that.
I'm adding it to my notes.
Well, one of these days, I'm sure there's proprietary stuff in there, so I'm not sure how much we could do, but maybe one of these days we can see something in the lab or see something about the lab, because I think that'd be so cool. Maybe we'll tease that for a future interview. So, well, listen, we can make that happen. Yeah, something. I'm sure you do have a lot of proprietary stuff in there, so we have to be sensitive to that. But it
is so impressive. Oh my God, they flew me down. I had seen 2 other places that were using Amazon mixers, little stirring things in a basement. When Chris and Robert flew me to meet them and see the lab, my jaw dropped. I mean, I would love it if they show any part of the lab, but it is incredibly impressive. They do it right. People sometimes are like, lab coat, funny glasses. He's like, yeah, he's really in a lab. It's a real lab coat. Those are real glasses. He's a real scientist. And I think that we're really at a confused time where people can't believe something could be this real. Well, guess what? Love ya. It's real.
It's real. Well, there you go. If I think it might take a little arm twisting, and we do have proprietary stuff to deal with. So I'm not sure if it'll happen, but leave a comment below this video if you'd like to see some part of the lab, or if you'd like to see an inside lesson about the mixer or anything. Drop a comment, and we're going to see how many comments we get, and maybe we can twist their arm and make it happen. So, hey, Patty's sending off fireworks. So, listen, I'm going to wrap it up with that. Thank you both for being here. Leave a comment below if you want to see that lab. But most importantly, grab the link below and our code, and get yourself some good Christmas presents this year, or treat yourself. So, thank you for both being back on the show. We'll talk to you again soon.
Take care.
Hello, my name is Chris Burris. I'm a founder and proud owner of a US-based company, C60 Evo. I've been manufacturing the perfect carbon molecule since 1991. The perfect carbon molecule, which has been shown to support the well-being of thousands of customers, was discovered in 1985 and won the Nobel Prize in 1996. And that isn't even the amazing part. In 2012, researchers published the results of what ended up being the single longest longevity experiment in human history. The short version of the study is the test subjects, Wistar rats, given the C60 Evo formula, lived 90% longer than the control group. And unlike the control group, they all died without tumors. You probably want to know what such an amazing supplement can do for you. Let me first share our most consistent testimonial. Our customers report taking the product in the morning, they report mental focus and energy during the day, and then better sleep that night. Frankly, who couldn't benefit from a better night's sleep? The medical community certainly understands the benefits of sleep. Augusta Health reports, and I quote, "Sleep helps control our metabolism and weight, promotes stable moods, helps prevent cardiovascular diseases, boosts our immune system and function, increases knowledge retention." End quote. Basically, it supports our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. Angelina from Florida says, "I'm full of ideas and sleep like a baby." Jolene from San Diego, "I've noticed increased energy, better mood, and tons more motivation. To sum it up, I feel like I'm in my 20s again." So if you're interested in this perfect carbon supplement, visit NOAA's landing page, www.c60evo.com/We Love Trump. That's c60evo.com/We Love Trump. Don't forget to use the code EVNOAH, EVNOAH, for an additional 10% off of your first order.